Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. I said there's like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. Gonna be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua. As you can see, it says Russia moves closer to total ban of LGBTQ propaganda. And this is a beautiful act in the sense of two nations, rivals each other, two superpowers that's going two completely different directions. While America is on full-blown pushing that agenda, weakening their nation, their enemies, China, Russia, is all about pushing not a positive outlook, so to speak. China on TikTok, the same TikTok that is here branding in America, with all the stupid challenges and stupid, uneducated folly that they do, is being pushed over here. In China, those are all educational videos that's being pushed out there to be better, to better themselves. Not saying that China is way better, but that's the thing that's what they pushing over there. Also, they pushing what? They pushing no moles. All right, moles in TV. Any effeminate ass boys is not being presented and all that good stuff. So they're trying to push a certain vibration, and here comes Russia. Putin had made a statement many months ago, and how the West took away the traditional Christian values of family structure and so forth, and Russia's that we ain't having it. So here's a bill. It says Russia State Duma has taken another step towards a complete ban of LGBTQ propaganda in the country. The relevant legislation was approved by the lower house of the parliament following a second reading on Wednesday. It introduced signature penalties for disruption of distribution of materials promoting non-traditional relations, pedophilia, and gender reassignment. The bill on protection of traditional values is widely seen as a follow-up to a 2013 law which prohibited the spread of LGBT materials among those under 18. Slovakia. And I said, if enacted, the law would ban this kind of propaganda among both minors and adults, according to a statement issued by Duma. It would apply to the media, the internet, literature, and cinema. And that's the complete opposite what America's doing. America's promoting media, internet, literature, and cinema to promote LGBTQ. All right. It says it would also expand requirements imposing on the advertising industry, which prohibit the demonstration of non-traditional sexual relations or preference. Hey, just like in here in the U.S., constantly being bombarded with imagery, all right, imagery of things that a young man or young woman, even any age really, your eyes should not be seeing. And that's one thing. Like I remember, real quick backstory. There's a rap group called Two Live Crew back in the days, and because of Two Live Crew, when you buy a tape, it was tapes back then, which later on came to CDs. They would have a stamp called parental use advisory. So when a parent decides, let me buy my child their favorite artist's album, if they see that symbol, that means that there's going to be curse words and so forth, and that parent may not do that. Or even in films, another rating, you have PG-13, you have now you have TV-14, and you got a rated R. So when something's PG-13, you already know this is for children 13 and under that can see it, right? But when you see TV-14 or rated R, it's for adult standards. So now I bring all that up. You watch anything now these days, Netflix or just regular TV, there's no filter. There's nothing there to say, oh, this have this and this have that. It's crazy. Netflix, I got rid of it a long time ago, would tell you, oh, this has this has that. And they got to a point where they say nothing. So when you sitting there watching a film, like, oh, this look like it's going to be a good film, they have those things in it. So now Russia is like, nope. Anybody that promotes that shit, any corporation, business, or anything like that, is going to say, says the breaching the new regulation would result in fine up to 400,000 rubles, 6,600 for individuals, up to 4 million rubles, which is 66, which is crazy, huh? Edomites. 66,000 for corporation entities, and foreign offenders would also be expelled from Russia. So they even get to the point where you're expelled. Like, get the hell out of our country. What's that bitch name? That female basketball player. What does it matter? She learned it the hard way. Alright? It says we must do everything to protect our children and those who want to live a normal life. Everything else is sin, sodomy, darkness. Our country is fighting this, said, I don't know how to say it. Jeez. Let's look it up. See, I pronounce this guy's name. Copy. Pronounce this guy's name.
Pronouncenames.com.
Oh boy, this is his last name.
Volodin.
Alright, whatever. I get the point. Volodin said that, right? Where is it? Oh, yeah. Alright, it says the guy's last name is Volodin, the chairman of State Duma. On Wednesday, lawmakers rejected amendments that would introduce criminal liability for repeated offenders. Other proposal, which was not supported by Duma members, suggests banning video games that depict LGBTQ relations and acts of violence. God damn. Try to show you that America is just, woo. They covering everything, man. That means if they covering everything, that means somebody else is displaying all this madness in the world. It says, the chairman of Duma Committee on Information Policy, video games should be subject to separate regulation. The third and final reading of the bill on the protection of traditional values is in plan for Thursday. And it says time to immigrate to Russia. Wow. Much respect to Russia for protecting the nation from Western corporate filth. Russia bans the degenerates and puppet regime in Kiev, bans Orthodox Church. What you call propaganda is gay people asserting their right to exist and live with dignity and respect, which is bullshit. It says Sodom is disgusting and wrong. These homos, etc., are confused devils following sick desires. Please leave this formal. We do not buy. We don't want body man sympathizers here. It says Russian lawmakers said we don't want to see born child stripped his manhood because a drunk doctor and morphine thinks it's a girl. Thank God everyone in our country, Russia, is support of our lawmakers. In the sight of God, this isn't right. So how can we say we love our God and keep His commandments? These are some of the reason why I hate so-called democracy with a passion. With passions, you see that? To honest with me, ever since moved to Russia foundation, I feel free. Western countries forcing their will on me. Here in Russia Federation, everyone is busy with their own daily activity, unlike the Western countries full of gossip. Unimportant things is what West is so interesting. Thank you, Russian lawmakers. Thank you, our President Vladimir Putin. God bless Russian Federation. So you can see the contrast that's going on. A couple of scriptures. I ain't gonna make this long. It says Isaiah 5 and 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of righteous from him. So that's entail is America, because America, the Lord is using America to do something evil and around the world. Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made the whole earth drunken, and nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. And this is a clear-cut picture of a nation that's completely opposite of America. Alright? Which until this is proof that this place is going to be destroyed. Because the world sees it for what it really is. Wicked. Alright? Proverbs 9:16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. And we see in the fall of the west and the rise of the east, which is prophetic, because how is this place going to be destroyed? By that bear. Okay? By that bear. This wicked, evil system is going to be destroyed, man. Which have the whole entire world destroyed. Revelations 11:18, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. Because everybody that joined with these devils, with America in the West, that follow suit, great judgments come into those lands, far greater than the others. All right, and this is what the scripture says in Revelation 17 chapter: the woman hate the whore. I mean, the beast shall hate the whore, because eventually something that America is gonna do is gonna make even their own allies turn against them. So far, the rest of the world is turning against them and their agenda. All right, which is what? The LGBTQ, to bring other madness. They're not having it over there. They're not having it. So the nations are angry because they see the results. They probably got statistics on the birth rate of America, the divorce rate of America. They're probably saying, no, we're not having it over here. We're not having it. All right. For the Russian Federation, which they themselves are Edomites, for them to pass these laws to stop this, and for their army to be, this place has no chance in hell. But ultimately, the wrath of the Lord is going to come through those thermonuclear missiles, man. ICBM missiles. That's the ultimate fire that's going to result of the Lord's wrath. All right. At the time of the dead that should be judged, and thou shalt give reward unto thy servants, thy prophets, and the saints, and them that feared thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyeth the earth. All right, the way the West has completely destroyed the earth. But now the world's pushing back. All right, they're pushing back, and now we see the destabilization, or the, what was it called? I forgot how the guy quoted it. He says when Russia would send to destroy a nation, it only takes like what, one generation, and there would be so much things that the common folk would end up fighting against, which then by fighting against the system is truly against the system, period, because people no longer are supporting this system. People are fighting against it and exposing it. So when the world sees it, they're like, nope, we don't want no part of it. Like, y'all can have that. And that's what we've seen. So one state at a time is going to declare the madness that's not supposed to be. All right. And the scriptures tell you that what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah was a example. But this place has a tendency of just hyping things up to the worst. All right. So, hey, clearly you can see the nations are angry. The nations not having it. They don't want no parts of the West, period. They're cutting them off from bills, from financial deals. They're just cutting them off, period. Okay? World War III is just on the horizon at the end of the day. Because what comes with America and their allies, democracy, divorce rates, alcohol, more drugs, all right, disrespect to parents, all of that shit. And then these nations are not having it no longer, especially Russia. So with that being said, I hope you brothers edify. Shalom to the elect nation of Israel. Shalom.